across or ran up against? You know what I'm saying?
Um, See, with Philly, there's a lot of them. A lot of big teams that, even when I first came into it, was like, how you going to get to be able to beat these teams? So you got Kalo Elite, ran by Lonnie. That's Kyle Lowry's brother. Amazing organization. Been around for a minute now. They doing a lot for kids. You got Philly Pride that's out there. Team Final is a good team out there. And I'm trying to definitely make noise and get up and compete with those guys. We've done so. Especially this last year was one of our most successful years. And we're just gonna keep going. Even after my guys leave, I got a new batch of kids coming in that we ready to mold and keep going. But those teams, right now, I gotta say, like they're above us, and we working to get there. Oh yeah, Nard just said We Are One. We Are One is a great program. Skip Robinson, another guy that I look up to that does a lot with the program. They're another top team. They handle business everywhere they go across the country. So, you got to give due respect to the people that's there before you and the guys you're looking up to, trying to be. So, all those teams are very good.
Okay. So how do you feel about, the state of basketball as far as where it's going and stuff like that? Because as we just seen, the kid, what I'm saying, like Jalen Green just signed $500,000, contract to go to the G League and skip college. But the benefit of it is they're going to pay for his education on
Right.
monthly. So how do you feel about that state? And how do you feel about what is going on right now with the COVID and they getting rid of the SAT? So all you got to have is a 2-3 in your 10 core classes, and you can go Division One. Like,
Right.
how do you feel about that?
Like I said earlier, it's a sad thing for these kids, man. It works in two ways. There's kids who really worked hard for their GPA and, took all the tests and did a whole bunch of studying and prepared themselves. And now it's like all that I work, I did, and it don't matter. But you got to make sure these kids, it still matter because it's for you. Then there's kids, that maybe, need a little help, need a little kick. And now a lot of kids that got a lot of D1 talent, that want to play D1 that couldn't qualify. Now you can qualify. You get a second chance. You get a chance to go to school, show that you can not only just be a good player, but a student athlete. So you get that second chance to go somewhere that you think that maybe this time 6 months ago you may not have a chance to go to. You may have been going Division 2 or 3 because you couldn't qualify. So now it's a second chance for kids, and they need to take advantage of it, man. So I'm really happy, especially on the side of like you said, with Jacob Green going with the two-way contract. Us as coaches, us as basketball junkies, we've been looking at that rule since they took it out that you can't go straight from high school into the NBA. It's kind of like, so you can send that kid to college and let college make money off of him, but he stay broke. That's not something that kids want to do. So, the kids found a loophole, which was, go overseas and make some money and come back in a year and get drafted, so now you don't have to do all that. And it's all about, if those kids are ready, they should talk to their families and talk to the coaches and see if, that's a step they want to take. I applaud those guys. Hopefully, I wish them all the best success, and, hopefully, it'll still start to be, level headed when it comes out to the money and the situations that goes on with these kids, man.
Okay. And once again, anybody that's in here, y'all got any questions, you can hit the comment box with the question mark at the bottom. Ask Coach B, questions if you got anything to ask him. We going to jump into the next thing. What can you say what do you think kids need to do to better their recruitment status as far as, getting them ready to be seen, and how early should they start their recruitment status?
Okay. My kids will definitely say this. I give them a speech almost every game about the biggest thing for me is your body language and the way you respond out on the court. Your relationship with your coach, how great of a teammate you are. Stuff, that little stuff matters. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your attitude's bad, your body language is bad, you look uncoachable, you know what I mean? Then coaches, there's a million of players out here that are trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. Everybody has aspirations of going to the NBA. Everybody has aspirations of going D1 and playing at a big college. And so those little things matter. You know, it's so many components that you need to be looked upon. You know what I mean? And so for them, for all kids, you know, start creating good habits. You know, the way you work out, the way you practice. You know, for all you kids out there, it's not, you don't just go work on your game when your coach said we got practice. Take yourself to a gym on your own. You know, these kids is out here watching all the highlight tapes and all the YouTube about these great players. You know, some of them we already mentioned, but the only thing about highlights is they don't show the work those kids put in first to be able to, you know, do those highlights in front of people. You know what I mean? And so that's the part I stress to kids. Like, look, there's a kid somewhere same age as you, same height as you, even level of talent as you, but he's working harder than you. He in the gym. You know, so once this COVID-19 thing gets out the way, get yourself back in the gym. You don't need no train. Don't listen to, you know, I don't have nothing against any trainer. You know what I mean? I personally work with kids myself, but all I'm saying is you don't need a trainer to work on your game. You can do it in the house. You can bounce the basketball in your driveway. You know what I mean? You can practice shooting, laying on your back in the bed. You know what I mean? It's so many things you could do to better yourself. So all those kids, man, any kid out here, man, don't ever not believe that you can't get to where you want to get. You know, like I said, I got kids that's 5'7" on my team, and it was told too small. Guess what? They succeed. So you know, it's all about your work habits and showing that you're a coachable kid, and that'll get you all the places you want to go.